When changing the filters, remember to change all 3 filters at the same time. Also, always turn off the air supply and bleed the air pressure before disassembling the unit to avoid injury. In changing the unit's first and second stages, first remove the plastic drain tube by pulling down on the retaining collar to release the drain tube. Unscrew the pre-filter bowl assembly element from the manifold and clean the bowl assembly in mild soap and water, blowing dry with low-pressure compressed air. Remove the 2-stage pre-filter element by unscrewing the end cap retaining nut and pulling the pre-filter element down over the center rod manifold. Discard the clogged pre-filter element. Inspect the manifold for dirt and contaminants. Clean as required, and inspect the O-ring located inside the manifold for any cuts or cracks. If required, replace the O-ring to prevent air leakage. Install a new 2-stage pre-filter element by sliding the new element over the center rod on the manifold so that the rod protrudes from the end of the element and the element is squarely seated against the manifold with the rod centered in the element. Screw the end cap retaining nut onto the threaded portion of the rod until the end cap retaining nut is seated properly against the end of the pre-filter element and the element has come solidly against the shoulder in the manifold. Apply a light film of petroleum jelly on the beveled edge of the pre-filter bowl. Reassemble by screwing the bowl assembly into the manifold until tight. Hand tighten only. Be sure the O-ring is properly seated in the manifold to prevent cutting the O-ring. Reattach the drain tube by sliding the drain tube into the end of the fitting and pushing the retaining collar up to lock the drain tube in place. Be sure to slide the outside diameter of the drain tube completely into the inside diameter of the fitting, or the collar will not lock the tube in place.